Morning. What a nervous morning for me. I had to take a pill to go to sleep last night. Trying to look for my note, which I just finished 5 minutes before coming in here. Yes, the first address, I don't think we have Your Excellency here today, so it's all friends, and very nice to have you here. Very nice to have you in this room 35 years on. Isn't it, St. Paul? The first time we had ICA in Bangkok, which is actually the second of the ICA conference in the world after Ida Oberstein, which is 37 years ago. And then we have the first one, the second one here, which is the first one for Thailand, in this very room. And here on, 35 years later, we have the third one here in this very room. So this is quite a historical moment. So my first thanks will go to my team, my steering committee and my working committee, who has been working very, very hard. I'll be honest to you, I really have nothing to do, just walking around, and I don't even know what's going on and all that, but I think it's turned out well. And my sincere thanks, maybe just to name but a few, to go to Ashu. And Ashu can stand up a little bit. Because Ashu is a real powerhouse. I mean, no matter what St. Paul is trying to say, and he complained that he lost his voice and all that, but I can see that he really used his voice and not much of fingers and all that so on. But Ashu is really the one who worked very hard. And of course we have Avinash. Avinash here? Oh, you're still working outside, yeah. That's another real horse. And this is just to name but a few, but of course the whole committee are working very, very hard to get this thing going, and I think we can see the result is really working well and all that so on. And of course a sponsor. Without a sponsor, without the money and the effort they have us, we don't have the name of the sponsor here, but after you see all of them are here, and all that, of course, James Phil was really give us the first amount, and that give us a push to get things going. And thirdly, of course, I have to thank the government. The government is really helping. Punantavan is here, and without the government help, we'll not be here today. So thanks very much for the government help, indeed. Coming into the subject that we're going to be talking today, I know that Clement talks a little bit about it already and all that. Thank you very much for taking a thunder from me. But I'm going to have to go a little bit deeper. We have former president panel for the first time in the history of our Congress. They're really voluntarily coming here to give us a piece of advice. As you probably realize that, oh, BJ, you are here. Come over. This is our former president, and he's humbly sitting in the backside and all that. They're flying. For the first time, 5 of them are here to give us some view about what's going to go on in the future. We got BJ standing here, we got Paulo, we got Fujita, we got Ellie, and we got, what's another one? Who? Oh, Lauren. You're supposed to be here. So we got 5 to tell us what's going to go on and all that with what is happening now in the world. You know what is happening now in the world is quite interesting. I have to admit that in my 47 years in the industry, I never found that there are so many checking grounds. At least there are three important checking grounds from my viewpoint. The first one of which will be something that we can go passing very quickly. We all know it. You got somebody in the White House that is tweeting and dancing and shaking the world and all that so on. And he has been in the news since the day he arrived, and it's still going on and all that. Many of us hope that his term will be short. But of course, the second one, this is very important. We have this, something that Kremen has talked a little bit about it. We have this shaking down of disruptive technologies. This is going to affect every one of us here without exception. We've already seen it happen. The media industry has gone. The internet replaced everything and all that so on. And if we're not careful and trying to absorb technology, we'll be left behind. But then again, if you look carefully from the evolution or revolution, you find that the technology actually, for the first time, allow people like us, which is basically the upstream people. We are miners, we are cutters, we are gems dealers, we are jewelry makers. It would allow us for the first time to be able to tell our true story to the rest of the world, to tell the story of our craftsmanship, to tell the story of our stones, to tell how we arrive at a beautiful product, to entertain the consumer of which looking forward to us to give them this precious moment. We are in the business of precious moment. By going through a lot of people in the middle, our story has been diluted. And in many cases, our story was actually replaced by a lot of distorted news about our industry, you know, about this child labor, about this money laundering, terrorism, and all that so on and so forth. So the internet will help us. This disruptive technology will help us to be able to tell the beautiful story of what we have done for the society. And for the first time, we are able to do that. And I think we have to thank this technology that will allow us to perform and telling our story to the rest of the world. So I think this is a great opportunity. I really look forward to this evolution to Unreal. And we know that it's going to get more and more intense in time to come. We have this Internet of All Things. We have this AI technology coming, and we have this virtual reality technology and all that so on that enable us to go direct to our final consumers and tell them how beautiful our product is and all that. We also need to address, and we do address a lot of this issue in this conference, is actually become the largest, the longest agenda. This is something to do with human rights. This is something to do with responsible sourcing. Tony talked a little bit about it already. This is a subject that I'm sorry to say is very close to my heart. very close to what I have been observing and very close to the fact that we don't have alternatives. This is Tina. There is no alternative. We have to go on this route. We have been attacked by United Nations since 2000, and Gaetano has been fighting this claim of United Nations that we are one of the worst offense regarding human rights, regarding transparency, child labor, money going terrorism, not looking after artisanal miners, not looking after artisanal gems cutters, and small gems dealer. We used to take it for granted, and we cannot. We have to include. We have to include them. We are now living in the world of sustainable development goals. I wear this all the time. This is still here. Oh, yes. This is the coin created by United Nations on sustainability. And sustainability simply means that we have to include everybody in our chain of production and distribution. Otherwise, no matter what we do with our ability to go to the final consumer with social media and all that, it will be nil. It would not worth anything because we are going to be labeled by people like United Nations, OECD, and God knows all of these human rights organizations as being the bad guy of the industry. So no matter how we communicate direct to them, it will not work. We've got to get this transnational institution to be behind us. Gaetano has done this job since 2001. He spent 5 years working on this before CIPJO became part of the United Nations inner circle. And that's a very important thing that is happening to our industry, that now for the first time we're able to communicate directly with the transnational institution in order to improve our image. And now it's really our duty that we have to perform. We have to form this human rights responsibility, the ecological responsibility. The world is going to have, it's going to be warmer and warmer and all that, and we're killing natures. And there is no escape that we as a industry will have to be part of that solution. I finished now. I thank you very much. I shall not forget. The one little point here, you know what struck me very much is that little girl. Was that little girl from Sweden? What's her name? Greta. She shout out to the whole world that, how dare you? And that's really shocking a lot of us, for me, very much. She said, how dare you? And I just followed with that verdict. How dare you to lead the world, this so-called decay world, to my generation? You know what made me immediately realize is what I've been trying to follow for the last 20 years with the article said, who owns the world? You Google it. You find at least 10 articles about who owns the world, which has been written since 20 years back. And I never get to understand it, who owns the world. Now I understand. Greta and her colleagues, which include your children, your grandchildren are the people who actually going to own the world after this. We have owned the world in our generation. Well, we will pass. When we pass, they own the world. And of course, with that kind of statement, they're going to own the world equally between them. Therefore, she is basically telling us that we have no right to make this world worse off when we leave. Better still, if we can make this world better off for them, that will be something that we should be doing. Thank you. I finish.